What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, competitive games from tabletop to video games, and today we are showing you why you should never judge a deck by its sleeve. Still working on that. But in other words, why you should not judge a book by its cover. Simply because even though you don't see the deck being remotely tier or even meta, does not mean that it is a bad deck, like our opponent's going to find out very soon. So today's video is going to be C.O.D versus B.A.S.E.D. But first, friendly reminder to definitely like and subscribe, and especially subscribe if you guys want to enter in our amazing giveaway. So with that being said, let's get started. So we're going to actually go first, which is quite nice. And the opening hands, as you can see, our opponent has the Red Rose, Effect Veiler, Nib, Dracoback, another Effect Veiler. So definitely a very strong hand for going second, and especially against a deck which is not so great because Monster Reborn, Levy, Gamma, Quick Lawns, White Dragon. So we got a bunch of extenders, but not really any starters. And technically, the Levy and the Gamma are pretty dead because the only way for this to really resolve is if we activate Quick Launch and they have a response to the Quick Launch. But besides that, not really. And judging from what we have, Levy is a possibility of not being even summoned. So definitely we're going to see what we can do, and we're going to bait out the quick launch so we could potentially use the Gamma, but our opponent doesn't even have a Nash. So we're going to just resolve it, get Tracer, use Tracer to get a Striker, and then use Striker, and they're going to Veil us, which actually hurts a lot. And the reason for this is because not only is it negating the boot part, but also we can't use the second effect since it's still negated. So the Tracer does not look likely to actually get. Like, we could potentially Monster Reborn it wherever, but then we're going to be locked into Dark Monsters for the extra deck, and I don't want to get locked into Dark Monsters in the extra deck so soon. So I want to do a few plays before we start committing into that play. So with that, we're going to actually banish it to do that. So we don't mind banishing it because we have ways to bring it back. We use Pitsy maybe to actually bring it back. So we're going to go and summon Romulus. So we're going to actually activate the white and Rom effect. So they have Veiler. So we're going to only get the white effect to get the black. So the play that I have over here is quite simple. We summon the black over here. We link it for Pitsy. We use Monster Reborn to special summon the Tracer over here. So then two monsters are pointing to this zone. So then Pitsy can special summon the Tracer. Then we go and link the Pitsy and the Rom for our Heraldic Seal, which is a light. And then we could use the Tracer to pop the Striker to special summon so we can make Chaos Ruler and we could start extending from there. And it's good because we use our other attributes right away first. And we have a Heraldic Seal that we could use for tributing or other plays as well. So that was the ideal combo that I was trying to do right now. But I was not expecting the nib. And even to play around the nib, like, there was no way to really play around the nib. Like I said, the only way was for Tracer and getting locked into Dark Monsters right away. So it wasn't really worth. And even what we have currently right now in the grave is not really that good. So we don't really have so much strong plays at the moment. So we're going to go and banish the black, special summon, banish the white to special summon the black, and then they're going to nib us, so our whole play is not going to definitely work, and we're going to have pretty much two deck cards. Like, even our Chaos Levineer we can't really use because we have a win, and we could Monster Reborn, maybe make a, I don't know, a Dark Charmer and pass. Like, there was nothing to really keep our field, like, completely clear so we could actually have a live Gamma on our opponent's turn. So that token definitely did hurt. And we can't really do much, so we just had to, like, pass pretty much. So our opponent is just going to go off completely. And he gets the Water Enchantress. He's going to use it. You know, we can't do anything because we still have a monster on the side of the field. He's going to go off with all of that. There we go. use the effect to add. So he's going to add a Griffin, discard the Draco back, equip the Draco back to the token, and now it's supposed to summon the Griffin. Okay, summon the Rose, link them, make a Fleur, use Rose, get him the monster, and get the spell. Okay, so it's supposed to summon. Now he's going to link it. And there we go. So now he made Verte. So now he's going to go and use the effect to get rid of his Destiny Fusion and make a 4-star. Yep. So yeah, we can't do anything. Fleur is going to go and get rid of that. And then he just goes to battle phase. And yeah, we're pretty much admitting defeat. And that's it. Now, game 2. We're going to go first again. And hopefully we could draw a bit better, you know, just a little bit, not too much, just a decent amount. And we did. So we have the Naya, we have the black, we have the instant fusion, we have the Kage to Kage, and the Chaos Creator. And our opponent has the Rocks Rose, the Gamma. So now he has the Gamma, not us. The Griffin, the Bell, and the Griffin. So his hand's actually really good, like except for 2 Griffin part, but no matter what, like it's still a really good hand. You could definitely go off with these 2, and he has 2 interruptions as well. And her hand is pretty decent as well, so we can actually do some plays, see what we can do. So the first thing that we are going to do is the instant fusion, just to plus off a little bit of baiting as well. So we're pretty safe over here, especially with the Chaos Creator. So we have a lot of choices what we can do, and especially for this, I think no matter what, Chaos Creator is going to be like resolving no matter what. So like in this position, we could definitely bait out a few things so they could actually do a lot of interruptions, and then we could finish it off with Chaos Creator. So we're going to go use the effect. He's going to Gamma. Now Gamma definitely hurts a lot because, yeah, negating is alright, but if you can negate and destroy, that removes a monster, which we could actually potentially use for like materials for like extra deck monsters, or even like for cost for ogdoadic. So Gamma definitely hurts a lot. So now we're going to actually normal summon. We could have actually used the effect, but in case they had more interruptions, I want to do this so we could actually chain block. So we're going to do Naya Chainlink 1, Kage to Kage Chainlink 2. So the only play that they can do is potentially effect Veiler, but if they erased it on that, at least we could use King. So we're going to go do exactly that. So we're going to special add, and now we're going to play the Serpent Strike in case if he has more hand chops. So we're going to just activate that, and we're going to overlay and use King's effect. So if he does Veiler us, at least we're going Foolish for free. So we're going to use the effect. We're going to get our amazing Nunu because it's a light and we need to get light to the graveyard. So we're going to do exactly that. So new effect is going to Foolish itself, and we're going to actually Foolish a Reptilian Cult. Now our opponent did the biggest mistake ever and tried to use Ghost Bell. You can't. It's you can Ash it, but you cannot Ghost Bell that. We're not using the Grave effect, we're using the hand effect. So now we're going to send the Reptilian Cult because we have definitely other ways to special summon it. So we're guaranteed to definitely synchro a level 8 right now. So now we're going to go and banish a light to summon the black. He tries to Ghost Bell, but you cannot Ghost Bell. Yep. So he's going to learn today. So it's effect to summon. No, you cannot, because it's a summoning condition, you know? Yeah. Okay. Or even if it was like a cost, you still can't because it's will be a cost. So no matter what, there's no like effect that's actually like banishing it no matter what. Even if it was like errata and they use it as a cost, you still can't. So yeah, that would be like Chaos Valkyrie. That one's a natural cost. So you actually activate in hand. Cost is to banish a light or dark. So Ghost Spell can't even negate that. So we're going to go and link for a Bitsy because we need that extra search. Why not? So we are locked. Now this is definitely a bit of a gamble. But since we do know that they have Ghost Bell, that's why we're doing this. If they didn't, then it would have been a bit harder and we might have to come into other plays. But at least now we're going to get a white. We're going to go and banish the striker because at least striker we can return it back into the extra deck. And we're going to go and link those two for a ROM. And ROM is going to add our Dragon Ravine. And now we're going to do the pro plays and use Striker to send the ROM so we can special summon our cult. But he's going to Ghost Bell us, which is all part of the plan because now we're going to use Strike's second effect. So we're going to go in Foolish. And we're going to Foolish a Night Sword Serpent so we can special summon it. So now that's all done. So we could actually summon our Chaos Creator. And we can start synchroning now. He starts talking very meanly about our COD deck, you know. Bro, this deck you are playing is so ass. No offense. Thank God he said no offense. I would took in a lot of offense. How have you won any games? You took Dragon Link and made it 5 times worse. I bricked and I'll still likely to win. Lol. Now, did I make Dragon Link 5 times worse? Now, he's only saying this now because game 1 he didn't see any reptile stuff. So don't blame him for that. But to say that I made the deck 5 times worse? Really? Did I really make it 5 times worse? Not really. Not at all. But he did say no offense, so I didn't take it personal. Now I wrote to him like, you've ever me twice and named me and you said it's ass after you have a hand like that, which is kind of true. Like if you actually have like a bunch of interruption and your opponent can't really play, like you can't really judge a deck based on that. You could judge a deck like how does it do with like a few interruptions. Sure, there's definitely like ways for that, but that was definitely a nutty hand to definitely go against. And also, our hand wasn't even like that insane too. Like we had no starters, only extenders, and also we had pretty much 2 dead cards that we really could not play unless if our opponent were playing like specific cards. So like definitely, I would not judge a deck based on that, but he wants to. It's okay. He's going to learn the hard way. So now we're going to do the Chaos Ruler, Chaos Creator. And he says, this hand I have is ass. So he's saying that he bricked when he has a Rocks Dragon, a Griffin, a Gamma, and a Ghost Bell. He has 2 Griffins, so 1 Griffin is a brick. And okay, sure, why not? But we're going to change that for him just in a little bit. So there's not really a big excuse for it, and he definitely did not break. That's not a breaking hand. I've seen like way worse hands for a base, and that is definitely not a break hand. Someone goes and has a hand like that, they're like, shit, I could actually play. I could actually make Fleur right away. So there's definitely a lot of good plays you could do like that. So we're going to go and use Chaos Ruler. So we're going to return the Striker Dragon, spell summon the Cult, and then we're going to return the Nunu. So now we can make Chaos Ruler. So we had the Chaos Creator, now Chaos Ruler. Now that is the Chaos part. No more hand trap, please continue. That's what I've been doing. And I know you have no more hand traps, but I still have to confirm with you. I hate when people do that, when I have to confirm and they don't say anything and then they get upset the first time that they say have no hand traps. It's like, well, if you said before, not a problem. So now email got the danger using Vampire now. So we're going to go and Foolish another 4. So we got Curse, which is quite nice. Very nice. And we're going to supposed to summon Curse with Zombie Vampire. Now remember, Curse second effect is whenever he's supposed to summon. So we're going to actually supposed to summon another monster. So we did not use Curse's tribute to supposed to summon himself. We're using Zombie Vampire. So now with Zombie Vampire, we get 2 monsters for free, which is quite nice. And we still have a Nunu in the graveyard since Chaos Ruler or Zombie Valenbar. One of them milled it. So now we're going to go and special summon, and we're going to make another King of the Pharaoh Imp just to add more stuff, so everything is perfect. So the task, get our king. Now we're going to use Dragon Ravine to ditch, send the abs. We're going to use abs 1, danger 2. There we go. And this guy is just play quicker. I'm playing quicker. I'm playing as the combo is. The combo is definitely long, but it's definitely not stalling or slow playing at all. It's just a long ass combo, which you said was ass. Okay, so you sit through it. Sit through my ass and see what you do. So now we're going to link everything for a nice Saruja, which we're going to actually draw 4 and then put 1 back, 3 back, get the snake, use the snake, send the king, send all the stuff that we don't really care about, but definitely the Zora and the queen. Now use Saruja. So we're going to special summon the Recharger. We are going to link it for a Striker. Now remember, we did use Striker's first effect, but never the second effect because it was gammered. So we're going to actually use Striker's effect to pop the King of the Pharaoh Imps to get the Recharger. And look at that. Burning the Lord's name in vain. Jesus Christ, that is not cool, bro. Is this how you win? Just time people out? Well, there's no time on Duelingbook, so no. Okay, so now we're going to add the Recharger, and since a dark monster that was supposed to summon from the extra deck was destroyed, we're going to use Recharger's effect to special summon a dark monster that's not the monster that was destroyed, so we're going to special summon Zora now. So everything's all perfect, and now we're going to link for a nice little seal. Okay. So now we're going to use Curse Effect. So Curse is going to tribute because we did not use that tribute to special summon it, to special summon himself. And we're going to use Seal Effect to go and special summon. And we're going to special summon a Darkest Diabolus, which we're going to use so our opponent has to put a card on the top or the bottom of the deck. So he's going to choose a Griffin Rider. You see, now his hand got even better because he only had one Griffin Rider. Now we're going to use King's Effect to tribute the Zora and the Curse to special summon. Now the chain links is going to be Zora 1 and Darkest Diabolus 2. Because since Darkest Diabolus was special summoned only by Seal, it never used the effect to special summon himself when a card is tributed, specifically a Dark. So now we're going to go and special summon Darkest Diabolus and use Zora's effect to resolve to add 1 and send. So we're going to get a new send. They're going to draw and send. So they're going to do that. King is going to send another card from their hand to the graveyard. And let's see what it's going to be. Ooh, a rose. Very nice. Now this is the part that I actually did misplay because instead of actually overlaying those two, I could use Chaos Ruler in the graveyard effect and special summon it and then do it with Darkest Diabolus. But I'm like, screw it. You know what? Let's just do our one negate. So we just did that and left it to our opponent when I should have used Chaos Ruler. But oh well. Now our opponent is going to go and draw, and he draws into a Dasher. So he goes and just special summons the guy, which honestly, this is an activation effect. So Lance is supposed to negate. It's not an inherent special summon. So he didn't reveal it. He just summoned it. I wasn't really paying attention because I didn't really care. We have so much follow-up for next turn and all that it doesn't really matter. So I just let him do that. But technically, he couldn't. But I really did not care. So we go draw, use Zora's effect to definitely send our Chaos Space. And now we're pretty set because Chaos Space could actually return stuff. And Zora is going to go and normal, new to special. And we're going to go and use Queen's effect now to tribute both. And now it's going to trigger Zora and Darkest Diabolus again. So we're going to special summon. And Zora is going to add and send. And our opponent is supposed to draw and send, but he admits defeat. Our ass deck won the game. When he said he was most likely to win. But it's okay. We're going to find out how game 3 is going to work out. Hope Judge comes before end of game so we can get you timed out for slow play. Not slow play, but also he didn't even call a judge. How is the judge supposed to come to the duel if you don't call him? It's like being disappointed that no one came to your birthday party. But it's like, did you invite anyone to your birthday party? No? Well, no one came to your birthday party. Like, Jesus Christ, man. There's no reason why judges like come out and be like, you know what I should do? Just watch like a random duel on the list. No reason at all. It's like, no, they have better things to do. They actually either answer like judge calls or they actually play games. But fine, you know what? I'll play a lot faster. I'll just do the lightning storms, you know, pro plays. Now our opponent, what he has, I'm a bit off track, but it's okay. So he has the Faithful, Effect Veiler again, Griffin, Retaliation C, which is really bad. Well, it's good for us because, you know, we have the quick ones, but I would never side this against me because there is majority of the combos is that like the spell stuff is last and you're pretty much focusing only if I start with quick launch. So that's why I would not really side because if I don't have quick launch in hand, then there's no point. And then Celestial, and we have Lightning Storm, Quick Launch, New Lightning Storm, and Mystic Mine. Mystic Mine is really good for siding, and especially for decks like Flunderies. If they go with the board and everything, you're just like, okay, Mystic Mine, I'll play with no interruptions, and it's very easy to get rid of your own Mystic Mine. You have like Boot already, you have field spells already, like Boot, Dragon Ravine, so that could definitely get rid of it. Or if you have multiple Mystic Mines, that could get rid of it too. Me personally, I love using Levineers to pop my Mystic Mine and one of my opponent's cards, so then I could just OTK them. So that's what Mystic Mine is usually for, is just to OTK my opponent. So he's going to go off a bit, gets to hand, send it to grave, then use the effect, banish, and then activate. So he's going to do all his amazing plays. Why not? In attack mode. Why were you put in attack mode? It makes it too easy. Okay, Griffin, very nice. And he's just going to pass, which is very interesting. So it's our turn, so definitely we're going to use our Lightning Storm because our opponent only has monsters in attack position. And he's going to definitely negate it with Griffin. If everything was in defense, he probably wouldn't negate it. But since it's in attack mode, he has to. So we're going to use Lightning Storm, call monsters. He's going to negate. We're going to activate our next Lightning Storm to call spell and traps. Now, I know some of you will be like, why? Dracobark is just going to be equipped. But don't forget, our opponent plays Gamma. So if I could leave a monster on his side of the field just so he can't Gamma me, I'm going to continue doing so. So, Lightning Storm, calling spell and traps. Dracobark returns. And we're going to start going off a little bit. So, new first to get our Zoa. And Zoa is going to go and add. So we're going to go and send the Strudel to add the Zora. Now we're going to go and use new effect special. Very nice. And then we're going to go and normal summon Zora. Now we're going to overlay for King of the Pharaoh Imp. Use the effect. Oh, our opponent goes and Veilers us. It's okay. We have our quick launch. So we're going to do exactly that. He's going to chain Retaliation C, which is just okay, special summons, which is cool, you know. It's like a what is it? Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. Okay. Cool. That's a nice little dimension shifter. A shittier dimension shifter, but I would just play dimension shifter to be honest. Okay. That would be a lot better than Retaliation C. So we're still going to go off, which is very nice. So we're going to get our Tracer, which is good. We're going to use the Strudel now for the Tracer. Okay, so let's do that. So, you know, target the Tracer. Now the Strudel is level 3. Makes sense. So now we're going to use it to link it for a Striker and use Striker's effect. Now the Strudel still goes at the bottom of the deck, because it's when it leaves the field. Doesn't matter the location afterwards. So level 6, he's confused. I went, do basic math. Probably did not write wrong. You know what? I don't even know what it is. It could be like 4 minus 7 or 7 minus 4. Not really sure. No matter what, it's 3. It could be like a -3 or 3. It doesn't matter. It's still 3. So, after explaining quick math, our opponent understood, so we could continue playing. So we're going to go and get our boot. Now we're going to go into our nice little battle phase. So we could get rid of that contact C. And also, we could overlay a guy for a nice little AA Zeus. So we're going to do exactly that. We misclick, use tracer. We're going to activate boot. So we're going to go and overlay for a AA Zeus. And now we're going to use tracer to go and pop the striker. And we're going to go and special, but our opponent left. He quit. Which I was very sad because, you know, I did want to actually play more, you know, do my combo, have him like wait, I don't know, another like 16 minutes or something. Don't really care because someone that calls the deck ass just because you're playing snakes in it and was so cocky that he was going to win, end up losing and quitting. That made me feel good deep down inside. This is a good reason why you should never judge a player based on his tier deck, non-tier rogue deck. Well, you never judge a book by its. I'm still working on that. Next time, I'll probably come up with something a lot better. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely like and subscribe, and especially subscribe if you guys want to enter an amazing giveaway. And if you want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review here on the channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.